one of the things we really liked about our camper. These little reading lights. Unfortunately, if you're laying in bed, the only option you have is the overhead lights, or to get a little, we've got little plug-in lights that we can clip to the valance over the bed. But what I wanted was matching 12-volt lights. So I found these on Amazon. Look identical, honestly. So they're 12-volt. So what we need to do is get 12-volt wire. We're going to mount these. I got 2 of them, one for each side of the bed. Under here, that's kind of a hollow space. There's a top and a bottom layer. Same with the cabinets here. It's a hollow space here. So it's kind of a little dilemma on how to get the 12-volt wire from underneath the camper to up under the cabinets. So what I ended up doing is, I'll show you here from the outside. Okay, from the outside pass through that little wall divider there was just covering, it's just right here covering the inverter. Once you have that pulled out, you can kind of see up in here, there's just a pass-through hole. This is that space, the hollow space underneath the little countertop next to the bed and next to the mattress. So I'm going to get the wire from up on top down into this hollow space, and then I'll tie in. I've got the 12-volt wire here that I'll show once I get all the wire pulled through. From that hollow space on the outside underneath the pass-through, I just drilled a little hole. I started inside by the bed, drill a little hole there. I'm just going to take the wire and pass it through behind this little trim piece. This is behind the mattress, and that'll go under. That way is the hollow space. Then I just pulled the outlet out. I used a coat hanger and just fished the string from in here where the mattress is up to the outlet, pulled that through. And then from the inside, I drilled the same size hole, stuck the coat hanger in there again, went down to the outlet hole and pulled the string from the outlet all the way into here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie off the 12-volt wire, pull it all the way back down and out that hole behind the mattress so I can shove it underneath that open space, and I'll tie into 12-volt connection underneath there. So let's get busy pulling wire. Okay, so really quick, that worked out pretty well actually. So I just taped off the wire to a string that was already there. You can see it running through there, and now I can pull a lot of extra here that I can shove underneath the camper. I'll clip it off to size once I got it, and then I've got plenty on a spool that I will now run up here. So we'll show that in just a second when I get that done. And for now, let's pull the wire through and then get it underneath the camper. Okay, there was a little bit of a change of plan where I had made the hole. This is the hole that goes up to the outlet and behind the cabinet. I ended up just drilling a small hole here in the trim piece. I suppose you could take it off and glue it back on, but I wasn't going to mess with that. This is all behind the bed. I just shoved it right into that open space. And now it's really not going to be visible once the mattress is on there, unless you look underneath the countertop, and I don't care. So we're going to get the outlet back together, and then I'm going to work on getting the wire from in the cabinet. What I did here was, since I know this space is hollow, I drilled straight in through the panel in this closet, and that goes straight underneath. So I'll be able to fish the wire, and I'll show you if you wanted to. I'm not going to do it. I'll show you why, but there is some backing here, so it's a little bit tight to run it, but I think if I did not have any shelves in here, I would go from this back connection. See if this helps at all. So I would take it from the hole in the wall, probably along the floor here, maybe put it behind this trim piece, and then drill another hole directly below that I could then feed it up, straight up, and that would give me all that wall space free. But I have a shelf system that I made, freestanding shelf. It's not screwed into anything. I'll show you that. So the wire just actually is going to run behind that panel. So for now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll leave plenty of extra that if I need to, at some point, take my shelves down, I can fix that. Let's get the wire routed underneath the cabinets here. Okie dokie. All right. Okay, so I've got, here we go. I got the end of that wire. It's actually coming out here by the inverter, out this hole. And that goes up behind the bed. So I'm going to leave this disconnected from power while I'm doing everything else. And then that can always sit, if I don't finish today, that'll sit behind the panel. And then we can connect to a 12-volt source back here. That'll be the easy part. So let's go back inside and take a look in there again. Okay, so I'm going to stop and do a quick recap. I've got the wire run loosely up through this hole. I drilled 2 holes, one for each light, and then I fished the first. This is the end of the wire that goes all the way under the camper. Then I'm going to have another wire that runs from this hole to this hole, and then that's where that second light will be connected. And we'll tie it all together up here. All right, we're going to keep pulling wires. All right, found a 12-volt wire. So I'm disconnected from shore power, battery only. Used my tester, and this little red and white wire is going up into the space, which actually connects to the my USB outlet next to the bed. So I'm going to tap into that. The red side has power. So I'm going to use these little T-taps, which I love, made by Posi products. This side is going to go over, this side's going to go over the wire like this, and then there's like a little needle on that side. We'll screw it together, and this needle will puncture through the cable there. And then on the bottom, we'll use the wire we just ran. I'll strip the ends off, and that goes in the bottom. And then that tightens it all together. I love these things, super easy to use, foolproof. I like it much better than the little clips that you clip over both of the wires. All right, so let's put it together, and then we're going to test it out, see what happens. I hope we got power. So I want to show you the lights that I got from Amazon have a black wire and a white wire. So I hooked black, the 12-volt wire I got has black and red. So I hooked black to black and red to white. Well, what I found out was red is the power, or red, I'm sorry, black is the power that goes to the red camper wire. So the red camper wire has power, 12 volt power, that goes to the black, and the black goes to the black wire on those little lights, and then the white connects to the red wire, and then the red goes to the white wire inside on the little lights. And that's it. I'm going to tuck all the wires back up in here, clean it all up, and finish this project. Cleaned up and buttoned up. So this is that little panel that conceals the wires. This little piece of wood just holds the wires, carries them over the top from where the water heater is, and then up into that empty void. And this is just held on with the 2 screws. There's one down there, and then one up in that corner, and that's it. All right, so just the wiring really quick. I already taped them off and pushed them up in the hole, but underneath we have the red and black coming in from the wire I purchased, coming from underneath the camper all the way through the cabinet, and then this is the last one in line. So I've got a red and a black wire coming up through here, and then I had a black and a white on here, so I just connected black to black and white to red, and then taped it off, pushed it up in the hollow space, and then I'm just going to get 2 screws, which did not come with the light for some reason, and then I'll just pre-drill the holes there, and then I'll just mount it just like this, and then we'll be complete. The reveal. Okay, got them up. They look great, exactly like the ones that come with the camper. You can have that soft light by just pressing this once. In case you've never done that, you get that by just clicking it once, and then if you actually hold the button down, you get the reading light. I want to show you why I wasn't worried about that wire. I cut this pegboard to fit, and then it's just friction fit, so the shells push the pegboard against the wall, so everything can just come out. There's no screws, it's just held in place by the shelving, but then the wire just runs up behind from the floor, which you can't see, and then goes up behind pegboard somewhere up in here, and then cuts over. Very, very happy with this project. This is something that Forest River or Rockwood should have done. Forest River should have done on their Rockwoods from the beginning. Hopefully they do it now.